ready to do some more division of decimals? Because that's what we have today. Again, we've got it all week. We're on to lesson 119, just the next one after what we did yesterday. Lesson 119 starts on page 778. 778, okay? And you're going to see a slight difference in this title compared to the last 2 days because it says dividing by a decimal number. This time you're going to be having a decimal number on the outside of your little division box as well as the one inside. Don't worry, it's not hard, but it's one more new concept, one more step to make sure that you know what you're doing, okay? So we're going to be working on this lesson 119, and you should have a worksheet that's lesson 119 reteaching. Grab that worksheet right now because we're going to do some of the problems on here as our examples so that you have those done so you don't have to do them on your own, okay? Ready to do some dividing? All right, we're going to start with the one that is number 1 on this worksheet. Number 1. And the problem is 1 6/10 divided by 4/10. Do you notice how there's a decimal on this, on the divisor here? There's a decimal on this outside number as well. All right, now we're going to have an additional thing we have to do in our setup of the problem. Do you remember yesterday we talked about, we had, the last 2 days, we've moved that up, the decimal point here up to the line. Don't do it yet because we have to move something first. We have to move this decimal and this divisor out here over until it is as far to the right as it can go. And this problem, it can only go one place, right? So I've shown that in red so you can see that here. Okay, so now when you think about it, that's a 4 out there because it's not 4/10 anymore. We move the decimal over so it's a 4. But what we move on the outside, we have to move the inside decimal the same amount. So that one moved 1, so this one has to move 1 to right there. Now that we have that there, we've moved our decimals. Now I can put my decimal up here on the answer line. Do not put it early or you'll get messed up, okay? All right, now we're just gonna divide. Will 4 go into 1? Nope, it won't. Whoops, let me get the right end of here. 4 will not go into 1, so 0. Will 4 go into 16? Ooh, it will. 4 times 4 is 16. I subtract. Yay, I have 0 remainder, so I'm good on that. All right, so my answer is 4. I really don't need that 0 that's before the 4 because it just is confusing. We don't put zeros before our whole number, so I would erase that off of there. So our answer is 4. Now, you could put 4.0 to show there's nothing there, but either way, the answer is 4. Okay? All right, let's do number 2. Here is number 2. This is from our worksheet. The problem is, make our division box, it's 75/100 divided by 5/10. All right, let's think about what we do first. Oh, we've got a decimal point on our divisor, the outside number, so I have to move that one over till I can't move it anymore to the right, so it's 1 space. So since that one's moving 1, the inside one has to move 1. Now that's my new location of my decimal. I have to put it on my answer line up above. So make sure you've done all your setup of getting your decimal points in place, okay? We move the outside one 1, so we move the inside one 1. There we are. Move the decimal up to the answer line. All right, now we're going to divide. This has now become a 5. 5 won't go, it doesn't go into 0. Will 5 go into 7? It will. 5 will go into 7. 1 time. 1 times 5 is 5. We subtract, and I have 2 left over. All right, now I'm going to move down my 5. Ooh, 5 into 25. Will that go? Yes, it will. 5 goes into 25 5 times. So 5 times 5 is 25. I subtract, and my answer, my remainder is 0. I'm going to get rid of that first 0 because I don't need it. My answer is 1.5, 1 5/10. Does that make sense? And remember, if you have a problem where you don't have a zero remainder, you would just add a zero, move it down, and keep going till it comes out evenly. Okay? All right, let's do another one. I'm going to actually erase these here. Hopefully you were writing that down. If you weren't, you can go back and listen again so you can get that freebie answer in there for you. Okay? All right, let's do number 4. Number 4. Number 4. Oh, wait, did we do? No, we didn't do number 3. Let's do number 3. 3. Okay, there's my fraction box. My division box. 1.8. 1 8/10 divided by 3/10. Okay? Let's think about what we need to do first. We've got to move decimals. So I'm going to move my divisor decimal over to the right one place as far as it can go, so it's one place in here. Now that my decimal is in place on this part, I will put it in my answer line directly above where it got moved to. Okay? All right. Let's divide. Will 3 go into 1? No, it will not. Will 3 go into 18? Ooh, it will. 3 will go into 18 6 times. 6 times 3 is 18. I subtract and I have nothing left. So this one is similar to that first one. I don't need that 0 there. The answer is 6. I can put a 0 at 6.0, but the answer is 6. Okay? All right, so that is how you're going to do all of your problems today. You have 6 more on here. They're super easy ones. Let me do one with you that's a little bit harder. Okay? I'm going to do one from the book that is, we're going to do F. Okay? F has a larger divisor. Here's my division box. It is 3.63 6/10 divided by 1.2. I think that's what it was. 1 2/10. Okay, so I'm going to move that decimal over my outside one. I move it over one spot. That means I have to move this one over one spot. Now I can put my decimal in the answer up here. Okay? We're ready to divide. Will 12 go into 3? No, but will 12 go into 36? It goes in evenly. It goes in 3 times. 3 times 12 is 36. I subtract and I have a remainder of 0. Okay? Notice that when I move my decimal in this divisor, it went from being 1.2 to 12, and that's okay. All right? You include all your numbers as you're working with it. All right? So that would have a 0 after it to make it be a complete answer 3.0. But the answer is 3. Okay? There's one more let me do with you. I'm going to do the last one. The last one. It's I. Okay? This is I in your book. It is 2 28/100, also divided by 1.2, just like that one. Okay? 2 28/100 divided by 1 2/10. Got to move the decimal first. We move it one place to the right. That's as far as we can go. So this one goes one place to the right there between the 2 and the 8. I'm going to move my decimal now and my answers up here to right above. Okay, now let's divide. This has now become 12. Will 12 go into 2? No. Will 12 go into 22? It will. How many times? We know it will go in once. Will it go in twice? Because 2 times 12 is 24, so that's too big. So it has to be one time. 1 times 12 is 12. We're going to subtract, and our answer is 10. Okay? Now, bring down your 8. Ooh, will 12 go into 108? It will. It will go in 9 times because 9 times 12 is 108. We have no remainder, so that problem is done. So hey, I gave you lots of freebies today. You have a few more to do on your own. You have a few more on the worksheet, and then the ones in the lesson practice in the book. None of them are too hard. I just did the hardest ones with you. So make sure you're paying attention and writing those down. Free answers. Okay, your assignment is on page 780. And you are going to do on there A through I, and then you're going to do the lesson 119 worksheet, okay? And make sure you write down all the free answers I gave you, and you shouldn't have too much left to do, okay? Have fun dividing. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.